Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Simons. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bolt.new, and I want to welcome you to the very first broadcast of the Hackathon News Network. If we're streaming this to TVs around the world, you can go to your local gym while you're on the treadmill walking. You can turn on. You'll see us right now. I'm just joking. This is we're going to have some fun with this. This is the official place to come and learn about all the things going on in this hackathon. And I might mention, this isn't just any hackathon. This is the world's largest hackathon, period. Now, I'm not, knock on wood, but word on the street is that the world record for the largest hackathon prior to this hackathon was 66,000 people. On day one, we crossed that number. And as it stands, we are at about 98,000 people in this hackathon right now. So this is, we're just getting started. This is the end of week two of 4. We got 2 more full weeks, actually a little bit more than that, of straight building, having fun, building the future, everyone's dreams into reality. And I got to say, from myself and the team, we were having a blast getting to chat with all of you and just seeing all the cool things on X and Discord and Reddit that have been, y'all have been building and sharing, and all the stories you've been making. We've been very inspired by a lot of the things y'all have made, and the stories that you all have of why you're building what you're building. And so just to kind of kick off, so today we're gonna do a couple of fun things. Just want to give you a quick update on the latest on the hackathon, what's going on, and kind of the scale of this thing. But then after that, I want to actually put a spotlight on 2 different builders that we've been following in the community, and we're going to be doing a lot more of these. We have at least a handful more of the Hackathon News Network. We're going to be putting the spotlight on folks. And today we have our very first builders we're going to be bringing on, and I'm going to be chatting with them, doing a Anderson Cooper style interview, or insert whatever your favorite interviewer is, Stephen Colbert, whatever. I'm learning about why they're building what they're building, their tips and tricks, etc. In between that, I'm going to show you some of my tips and tricks. I will also admit, what's incredible is I've learned so much from all of you on how to use this product. It's kind of a cool thing to make a tool, and the people that are the best at using it and know the most about using it are not us. But I'll show you some of the cool things that we have built, and some of the best tips and tricks that we know to really make great apps, and save on the number of tokens required to make those apps. And then we'll wrap up with some of the fun challenges they're going to be kicking in over the weekend here, and as part of the hackathon. So to kick things off, let's go ahead and start with the numbers. What is going on with the hackathon? I mentioned 98,000 people signed up for the hackathon right now, which is just incredible. Already at week 2, we're just under 1,000 projects that have been officially submitted, right? Which is, again, super cool to see. Lots of cool stuff that's been flying in. On the Hackathon website, it's been kind of crazy, just the number of people going to the hackathon.dev. Over 5 million people, unique visits, have hit the hackathon.dev website, and that's growing. And as a result of this, there's over 50,000 of you in the Discord channel. If you go to bolt.fyi/Discord, over 50,000 of you in the Discord, sharing your ideas, learning from each other. We got over 30 mentors. We got 40 amazing judges. They're the top of their craft. Incredible people, folks, like Greg Eisenberg and Sarah Guo and many others. And just like some of the best founders and VCs and creators in the business that are involved with this hackathon and judging. And I'd be remiss, I see KP phoning in the comments here. KP is the person who kicked off the idea of this whole hackathon. I'm excited to have him involved as an official judge here. So that's the hackathon by the numbers. I got to tell you, mind blowing, actually mind blowing. We are within a day or so of crossing 100,000 people building in this hackathon. And that's, if you had to, that's like a city. That's a city of people. Can you imagine that? Just imagine the closest city to you, if every single person in that city was just building all at the same time together. That's what is happening right now. This is actually an incredible moment in history. History is being made, has been made, and is being made right now. And you all are part of it. And I'm really excited about at what all of you are building, and also just want to give a shout out to our team that's done a great job of running this thing so far. So with that, I want to start off. I want to bring on the first builder here today to come and talk about what they've been working on. So can we bring up to the stage here, Sergey? Is it pronounced Sergey?
Sergey or Serge.
Serge, okay, awesome. It is great to meet you, sir. I've been enjoying your updates on X. And what's for those in the audience, what's your X handle so they are aware and they can like follow you and stuff and see what I am talking about.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I have poorly branded myself, but on X it's serge.tech, all letters. So SERGEDOTTECH. Really bad with namings, as you will see with the app name, but here we are.
I think it's pretty good branding. I actually like that username, man. And where are you punching in from? Like, and I guess kind of tell us the story of your life. Like, where are you from? What do you do? Like, how'd you find out about the hackathon? What are you building? Like, at 0 to 60.
How much time do we have here?
We have a full hour. You go for it. TED Talk.
What's up, world? I'm Serge. I am ringing in from Toronto, Canada. I was born in the Ukraine, and then I moved here in 2007 with my dad. Yeah, I've been a software engineer for more than 10 years now. I've worked at big companies like Shopify and Coinbase and smaller startups of different scales. And yeah, I am officially an entrepreneur. You can call it unemployed or you can call it an entrepreneur as of this month. And yeah, I've been following, I've been participating in hackathons throughout my career here and there, just like to tinker with things. And this one was, I mean, you couldn't not see it. So it definitely came on my radar, and yeah, timing worked out really, really well. And so I have a full month to build something that I think will be useful for me at least. And if other people like it, that's good.
Awesome. Hey, what inspired you to take the jump into entrepreneurship?
It's a silly bet that I'm making on myself.
That sounds like an awesome bet. Like,
I mean, it's awesome from one perspective. From another, it's very scary and stressful. But yeah, I just thought, again, timing wise, right now is a good time to kind of give it my best shot, see if it works out. If not, we'll see. We'll roll with the punches. But yeah, I'm super excited.
that's awesome. Have you always wanted to like start a business, or is this something that's like kind of recently you've kind of gotten the itch?
Start a business, like I like to solve problems, and I like to be useful. And again, with this whole idea of betting on myself, I think there's something there. And so if you look at like bigger companies, you work there, you go through the motions of yearly kind of like salary increases, and it's more steady. But I'm, I guess, more risk tolerant, and so yeah, definitely taking a huge risk. But yeah, what I'm curious, what made you jump into becoming the founder of Bolt and kind of doing this thing?
How much time do we have? No, I mean, I resonate with what you're saying. I mean, I actually started Bolt with one of my childhood best friends. He and I have been building software together since we were like 13, so like 20 years now. And really, for Bolt specifically, and we've been doing the company for 7 years up until we launched Bolt in October. But really, our vision was just to make building full stack apps, like real products, as easy as using Canva or Figma, right? Like having it be in the browser. Ideally, you don't even have to know how to code. And that was really like what Bolt was we kind of took Frontier AI, merged it with the in-browser development environment tech we've been making. And that's how Bolt came to be. But I love, and to me, it's, I think the most exciting thing, and this is like something that after we launched Bolt, we had been, previous to this, it was only developers that were using the product. And then after we launched Bolt, it was like developers are still using it, but also folks that are not developers. And they weren't just building like toys, they were building businesses, and that to me is so cool because it's just, I resonate a lot with what you said around just, there's something I just want to build stuff that is useful for other people and myself. But there's something really rewarding about building something that other folks use and they love, and you can solve not just your own problems, but many other people's in the world, right? And so I think that's like the best reason to like be a builder and to like be an entrepreneur. I think a lot of people will just go and they're purely doing it because they want to make a ton of money or something, which is not necessarily a bad rationale, but I think it's just hard to like to keep building when you're not making a lot of money. And so most people don't ever actually building something amazing.
For
And
sure.
so I'm stoked to have you here because you have built something amazing and as part of this hackathon. And so tell us what you're building. Like and I'm also curious, tell us what you're building and also like why? Like what inspired you to work on
Absolutely. Yeah. As a side note as well, like I've been a StackBlitz user for a long time. I mean, that was like the easiest way for me to get something quickly up in there, up on the browser, not having to share my local host URL with people because you obviously can't. Yeah. So the app that I'm building came from a problem that I have, which is I'm not super creative when it comes to cooking. I've tried to follow meal plans. I've tried to be good with being consistent with it, but meal plans notoriously, like, I mean, there's different kinds, but most of the time it's chicken and rice unseasoned. And I want to build it as a good habit that I can stick with. And on the flip side, there's so many things in my fridge, in my pantry, all over the place. um i I don't know what's where, and then like there will be a meal plan that will recommend something, or like you'll need something that you don't have and then you have to go get groceries for it and whatever. And I was like, well, in this age of AI, like that's how I'm cooking these days. I just go to ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, this is what I have, what the hell can I make?
it?
And I thought like, hey, there could be something there. And so it started as a domain purchase, which all of my side projects that never make the light of day start with. I found this domain called wait.coach, which I thought was
Mm,
pretty cool. But as we get into the app, it might not make sense anymore because there's been a couple of changes that I've made along the way. But hey, sticking with it for now, it's Wait Coach. And so if you want to bring up the screen share real quick, kind of
let's do
walk
it.
through it real quick. So yeah. Um,
What are we looking at? Is this this looks like a native mobile app. Is it or
Yeah,
is it like a
so
web?
this is actually mirroring my phone, and I'll have to turn it off to show off some features of this. And I'm shaking my phone now,
Wow.
which is causing Expo to reload. And now I have to come back here, not shaking my phone. Let's go back. Yeah, so this is a native app. And again, the reason I did this way is it started as a web app like back in January. I was like, I'm going to build this as a side project while I'm working. But then I never got around to it. And then I talked to some people, and something like this, I've gotten feedback that it definitely is better when it's something that's closer to you. You don't want to sit at
Yeah,
your like computer figuring out, okay, what's my what's like it's not a SaaS business, right? So it's a consumer app. And obviously native apps have more retention. And I don't know if I'm right in saying this or not, but like Bolt is the only one that supports Expo out of the gate and has like really good integration with it.
I'll agree with you. You know what that yes I definitely there no I mean I think that like of the main ones I think we have an Expo integration. I think Replit kind of has one. I haven't personally tested it, but like we've got a pretty deep integration with the Expo folks. And but yeah, so it's cool. That's what I was going to ask. Like, did you use the Bold Expo integration for
Yeah.
this? I mean,
So
yes, but yeah.
again, I've never built a native app end to end. And beyond like the documentation that Expo has for you to get started, like Bolt was so clutch in setting everything up the right way that I'm supposed to do it. You guys have this like QR code that you can just scan and then you get the thing on your phone right away. So that like initial onboarding experience of building an app, a native app, was so seamless with
That's awesome.
Bolt. And then yeah, so in terms of other integrations, right now I'm signed in. You can see my username here. So that's powered by Supabase. Obviously, Supabase also has a really good integration with, like, their SDK works with Expo. And then where it gets a little bit trickier is when you start getting into Revenue Cat, which is one of the sponsors, one of the tracks. But for that to
Yep.
work properly, you actually have to have a native build on, like, you have to pull out of Expo, create this native build. And I spent like a full day trying to figure out how to set up a developer account on Apple, go
Yeah.
through all of that. It's insane. Somebody needs to build a cursor for Apple developer tools because it's mental. But
It's terrible. Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Expo is that crew has done an unbelievable job of like streamlining, a lot of the core things. I imagine like revenue cat integration will be one of these things that they just slip in where it's like then, in Expo Go, you'll be able to actually, have that running as well. But I mean, yeah, I was doing the only time I built a mobile app was back in like 2014. And I mean, stuff hasn't really improved like that much since that, as far as the pain of setting up an Apple account and da 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 da, like even submitting to the App Store. It's like it's a whole thing.
yeah.
So I feel your pain.
But yeah, and so now I also have to redo all of this with Liquid Glass because Apple decided that that's their new UI. So that's, we'll see if we have time during this hackathon. But yeah, so we have different routes. And the way that I try to approach it is I wanted to make sure that, like, all the pieces are kind of working together without necessarily being end to end working. That is kind of like, I want to make sure that every single individual thing is working, kind of like componentized, and then tie it all together closer to the end. And so AI Coach is like, okay, this is going to be a pro feature. So let's figure out how Revenue Cat works in this one screen. And so again, the SDK integration, and now I have this like paywall that is dynamically created
Wow.
within the Revenue Cat stuff, and I can change this on the fly. I can experiment. I can run a bunch of tests on this. They're making it super, super easy. Like, for me to be able to build all of this out natively with Apple, I would probably, I don't know what I would do, and I don't know how much time it would take.
Yeah, a
Um,
lot. I mean, a lot. I would imagine, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so then we have like a simple grocery list that hasn't been connected to anything yet. And then a homepage kind of like keeping track of the day-to-day stuff. But the things that I wanted to showcase were, we have this inventory, which right now is empty. But for you to add things, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can do it with voice input. Because again, like, what you want people to do is the easiest thing that they want to do at the time. So if they have time, they're like, oh, I remember what I got. Let me just do my voice input, tell it what you did instead of typing out 20 different ingredients or things that you are doing. Scan a full receipt. You just went to Costco, you wanted to do that. Take a photo of your fridge. Like, I don't know how good that will be in terms of like the AI being able to pick up all the different things. But in my test, I brought with myself an avocado. So what we're gonna do, and again, this won't work with the simulator. So I'm just gonna, if we can get rid of this now, and I'm just gonna be on my phone.
Is this like hot dog or not hot dog here?
This is literally Silicon Valley hot dog, not hot dog. So we have a photo. I am gonna take a photo of this avocado, and it's gonna be processing an image.
Oh wow! And are you uploading that to like OpenAI or Anthropic or something to classify it?
So I'm using Superbase's edge functions, and inside that function, I'm using AWS Bedrock, because was a finalist at one of the other hackathons, and they gave me a bunch of credits. So I was like, you know what, let's put them to good use.
I love that.
But you can see we got an avocado here, and I don't know. Yeah, so there's an avocado. It also, like, the prompt itself will ask like, figure out what the expiry is, and I don't know how good it is in terms of figuring out how ripe the avocado is to let me know. But those are the things that I also care about. It's like, okay, I need to be prioritizing the things that are going to be expiring for me to make sure that I'm not wasting food at the end of the day as well.
Yeah.
So we got that working. So photo is working. I don't want to talk about the voice dictation input because that's separate. The thing that I was working on today, which is really exciting, is one of the other partners for the hackathon is 11 Labs. And I was like, okay, well, when I'm cooking, I have the Chat GPT kind of like recipe there. And I haven't actually used voice mode in ChatGPT with that. I want to try it, but I was like, that has to be a thing. Like, I want to be able to talk while I'm cooking this so that I don't have to keep looking at my phone or whatever. And so 11 Labs has this amazing conversational AI integration, which essentially creates like an agent for you that you can speak with. And so we have this meal plan section, and there is this button that says cook with AI. So if we press that, we have a grilled chicken and vegetables recipe. And then we're going to load in 11 Labs SDK, and shout out to Thor, who's their developer expert. He has a really good tutorial on connecting conversational AI with Expo. So I ran through that, and let's take a listen.
Hey Sergey, ready to cook some delicious grilled chicken with vegetables? This easy recipe has 7 steps and takes about 50. Great, let's get started. First, we need to preheat your grill or grill pan to medium-high heat.
Wow.
This should take about 5 minutes. I can set a timer for you if you'd like.
Yeah, set a timer, and let's move on to step 2.
All right, Sergey. I've set a timer for 5 minutes for preheating the grill. While that's heating up, let's move on to step 2, seasoning the chicken breasts. You'll need to season them with garlic powder.
So there's
What?
that. Yeah, and I can show the like 11 Labs dashboard where the agent is built, because there's like the system prompt there and a bunch of the tools that I created, which is like a timer tool, which I was trying to figure out if it's actually like properly timing it. And I've had a couple of conversations with it back and forth. I don't know yet, but I
Wow.
mean, yeah. So
But-
the idea is that it's there with you as a companion and helping you cook. There's a tool that's like converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, because again, sometimes places won't have that, and like I can just do it all in one place. I think that'll be pretty useful for me, at least.
That's incredible. I mean, that's insane. I mean, what a great idea because I mean, I don't know, like when I cook, I'm having to set timers myself, follow something. I mean, man, that's almost like the killer feature right there, honestly, is having like something you can actually talk to that's just guiding you through it. And
Exactly.
versus
And then
you having to, what I mean? Like otherwise you have to glue it together because I'll be like, hey, like Alexa, like set a timer or whatever.
Exactly.
And
And
look at
so
the instructions,
the end-to-end flow will be like you set up your inventory, and then you figure out what you want to cook. You go through the cooking process. And once you are done cooking that, I wanted to also like make sure that it's keeping track of the inventory. So if I'm like used up my steaks or chicken breasts, it'll be like, oh, hey, like you're running out of them. And so the next time it's like, let it smartly add it to my grocery list, and then I'll get a notification, hey, you're running out of this, this, and this, or like these things are about to expire. Why don't you get on it?
does Instacart have an API? Because that would be actually crazy.
Exactly. Like that's the other thing too, is like, why do I need to go anywhere? I can just press one button. They do have an API, so we'll see if we can get that in there. If Instacart is watching and you want to be a part of the hackathon, sign up as a partner.
Or if they're looking to acquire an AI native strategy, they know the guy to come talk to. That's
there you go.
Amazing.
And the one thing that I'm missing is just the conversational AI to be Gordon Ramsay, for it to be just yelling at me while I'm cooking, and then it's $1 billion idea.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. You're an idiot sandwich. How I feel when I'm coding.
Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. That's okay. So how long did it take you to everything we've kind of seen here? Like how long does it take you to pull that together? It's like the past couple of weeks, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't been like fully grinding this every single day. This AI conversational feature, that was literally today. So 3 to 4 hours, and a lot of it was me trying to figure out building it natively and connecting to it. Like there was an hour where just like my app wouldn't connect to my Expo server. And there's just like little things that slow things down. But again, tooling these days is so amazing. I just gave Cursor my like the blog post that 11 Labs written, and it just kind of like cooked it all together. And then I just make sure that it looks fine.
Man, that's crazy. That is so nuts. That is so nuts. So how much do you have left on this thing before it's ready for submission?
Definitely tying all these things together. So like tying up inventory with meal plans, and daily tracking. But yeah, I mean, we have, like you said, just over 2 weeks. I should be on good track here. Again, kind of like slow and steady, trying to make sure that I'm not killing myself. But yeah, I'm also, as you mentioned, I'm on X documenting this. It's also on YouTube. There's a series. My YouTube channel is the same as my Twitter name, so that's where I nailed my branding. So search.tech on YouTube. Yeah, let me know what kind of features you guys want to see. And once it's ready, there's probably going to be a test flight. Again, I still have to figure out all the like documentation side on Apple because that's where it becomes legit. So
I love it. Have you submitted anything to the docu-series, by the way? Like any videos or any of the content you've been making about this?
I think one of them, I'm probably gonna make like a video about this like conversational AI stuff. But yeah, I don't know how it works. Like, do you keep just like dumping stuff into the WeTransfer, or is it
I think
individual?
so. I believe that's it. Jordan, maybe unmute yourself and just take over the stream and give the definitive on how that works. I don't know if you can.
That's okay. We'll figure it out.
He's here. He's here.
You can dump it in if you want as you go, or just wait till the end. But yeah, we got to get you in. You absolutely are cooking.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
This is
Literally and figuratively.
I love it. I love the stacking of the hackathon wins too, where you have AWS credits to go burn, and putting them to good use over on this hackathon. So, heck yeah. Well, maybe we take some questions or some comments and for Serge here. If anyone, go ahead and drop them in, and we'll pull them up here. But yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, like that, you've done an amazing job. I mean, that's super cool app, and genuinely something that I would use because I am also a chicken and rice guy. Like just straight chicken and rice. Like maybe some soy sauce if I haven't ran out of it, which I think I currently am. But if
only you had an app to keep track of that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, not to keep track of that. Also, just what else can I cook other than chicken and rice? But I will say, I mean, like I don't know if there's anything that is more cost efficient and just generally good for you than just Costco $5 chicken and some rice. I mean, easy, simple, generally healthy. Yeah, it's good. But at least maybe you can give us some remixes on top of that. I love it. Okay, so we got one question. How much would you charge for the app? That's a good question. We haven't talked about monetization yet because we know that Revenue Cat is part of this. So that is a very good question. That Yerba, I like that name, Yerba Mate. That's good stuff. Yerba asked, how much would you charge? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, Yerba, I am in the same boat as you. I'm still questioning that. I want to make sure that as it stands, like there's going to be obviously a free version of this. I want to provide value as much as I can. So like maybe like inventory tracking. Obviously, the biggest portion of it will be AI and like figuring out how much that costs is something that I haven't done before. So like at scale, I don't know what that is going to look like. But like kind of like throw something at the wall, see if it sticks. $4.99 a month, and then yeah, depending on like maybe like I don't know what kind of like tiers. Again, I don't want to make it too complicated because I hate when apps make it, oh, you have 17 different pricing plans. So I want to keep it really simple. It's probably going to be like a lifetime early adopter, kind of like once and done, just to kind of get that initial thing. I'm seeing a 99 a year as a lock. I am gonna send you an invoice for that, Jordan.
I think he's right. I think $99 a year strikes me as like a good price point for that.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like $9.99 a month or $99 a year, and it's like
And then we're cooking again. Like there's a bunch of calorie tracking apps out there. I'm probably gonna see what they're charging, what kind of features they have, just to kind of like figure out where that is. Because at the end of the day, people are gonna make a choice. Do I go with MyFitnessPal or do I go with something like this or both? And then like I don't know. It's my first time around. I'll see how it goes. I do see a comment from my brother actually, Yuri. How are you so awesome? I don't know. I'm better. I'm Dipsky 2.0. I'm the younger brother. But I will shamelessly plug my brother's startup. Is at Puma browser. So if you guys are looking for a native mobile browser that has local LLMs running in it, check out Puma.
Amazing. All right, get that off this stream. They didn't pay to be part of the hackathon. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's awesome. So, okay, so startups running the family over there, huh?
Apparently.
Love it. Hell yeah. One thing I want to pull up for you, actually, I'm sure you're aware of this, but for those who aren't, Gemini Flash 2.5, excellent model, extremely cheap. Highly recommend if you're doing like things that are purely around, just text processing. I mean, just, and it has reasoning too. So you can actually have it think on stuff.
So yeah, conversational AI. So the cooking assistant is running Gemini 2.5 Flash. Shout out 11 Labs for the amazing credit bundle that they give you. So who knows, maybe the app will be free for the first 3 months. And then once I run out of free credits, then everyone will have to pay.
I love it. I mean, some of the prizes are more credits too. So if you win both prizes, you might win cash, you might win more credits. So who knows? This thing might be free forever. Like, just keep winning hackathons. I love it. I just want to throw up this comment here too. I think this is super cool. I mean, this is why we're doing this. It's like, just, I'm inspired by what a cool idea. What other voice native applications are there? That to me is like one of the insights that I would be like, wow, yeah, that's actually a whole dimension that is completely up for grabs. Cause Siri or Alexa, or these things they're not going to do domain specific things like this, for any time soon, at least. Right. And so it's like, anyways, that's my takeaway. And so it's cool to see other people are super inspired as well. Great job. Awesome. It's a blast having you on here, man. And so let's again, maybe we can pull up your username. I think it was in chat before, but it's surge.build, right?
Surge.tech. See,
Surge.tech. Okay,
make it more memorable.
Hey, I was close. I think I don't know why .build came to my mind, but and the domain you're using for this is
weights.coach.
Weights.coach. Okay, I love it. That's super cool.
Thanks so much, Eric.
Let's go ahead and pull this up here. All right, so this is where you can go follow Serge. Thanks for coming on, man. Really great vibe. I'm super stoked for you on your entrepreneurial journey. Congratulations on taking the plunge. Most don't do it, and I mean, you're building amazing things. And then I don't know, the chat's going wild. I think you have a handful of your first customers here.
Perfect.
I am your first customer for sure.
There you go.
So, yeah,
awesome.
Great job, man.
I'll see you at the end of this.
Heck yeah, awesome. All right, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I'm fired up. This is fun. I love getting to meet all the folks that are in this hackathon and building cool things. Such a vibe, such a jam. Yeah, let's okay, so the next up, we got another builder coming after this, but wanted to give a quick little demo of something that I think most folks might not be aware of exists in Bolt. Is one of the challenges, when you're working on your apps, and I don't know if anyone here ran into this, but sometimes the agent is going to have trouble figuring out exactly what you're trying to make it do. Sometimes there might be a bug happening and the agent might be kind of unable to fix it just by when you click the fix it button and things like that. Often you might want to just brainstorm with the thing too and just kind of say, hey, here's what I want to go and do. How would I do it? But you don't necessarily want it to write code, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let me pull this up. We actually have a mode in Bolt that is designed for exactly this. So this is a little app that I've been making. I like to, when we write our Twitter threads or X threads or whatever, the Composer UI is great. I've also lost threads before though, because my browser will refresh and it won't have saved. Also, I just like to send it to some of the folks on our team, have them work on it with me, etc. And so I created this little tool that lets us compose threads. I've actually got Supabase connected to it. I'm logged in right now and I can sign out, etc. So if I want to create a thread, I can just go ahead and pop in here and say, wow, this is amazing. And I can add a tweet. So it looks exactly like the Twitter Composer. And what's kind of mind blowing, so I did this with the new Sonnet 4 update we did, and this took me, I think it took me 15 minutes to have, a good looking UI. Also, by the way, I can actually it has a whole profile manager, so I can actually create a profile. This is my profile. This is my Twitter username. It says Eric Simons. I'll keep the bio. And so if I hit create profile, use profile, this should, so I could actually like save different profiles so it comes from a specific user. I don't know why it's not swapping out my profile picture. This is actually a bug. So this is the avatar URL is broken here. So I can go ahead and type that in, and then it'll actually pull in. That is my Twitter bio, or sorry, my Twitter avatar. So if I refresh, hopefully it will show up now. There we go. Cool. So I have my Twitter thread. So this is my application I've been making. And so if I want to, for example, I just kind of found a bug that I don't really like in this thing. And so when I go to edit a profile, I just want that avatar URL to automatically populate from the username. So I could just go and tell the agent, hey, go and do that. But I want to make sure it understands what I'm talking about, right? So I could say, when I set up a profile, just to say what I'm doing here. This is discussion mode. This little chat thing here, you click on that. This is discussion mode. And what discussion mode is, it will not write code. It will not build your project. It is purely there to talk to you, brainstorm with you, and create plans on what it can go and do for you. And if you like the plan it makes, you can click, okay, yeah, let's go do this, right? But this is perfect for like if you're running into problems when you're building, or if you are doing what I'm doing here and you want to like modify some functionality, you can come in here and say, when I set a profile for an X user, don't make me specify the avatar URL, just automatically use on avatar and put the profile picture properly. I'm going to go ahead and enter. And so this is going to think about what we're trying to do. It's looking at our code base, which should come back. It should come back and say, hey, here's all the different things I can do. Hopefully we're not having like a global internet outage again like yesterday. We can see it says, okay, yeah, perfect. I can definitely do this. Here's kind of in the code where that would go. And this is what we would do. And so here's the plan. And then it gives me a couple options. Should we implement this? Do you want me to explain what this is? Do you want me to open this file? I'm just going to say, I haven't really looked at this. So if this doesn't work, typically I would, read it and make sure that I think that's what we ought to do. But I'm just going to say, you know what, let's just do that. And so it's going to go ahead and take that plan. And now it's actually just go and start building things, right? And so it's going to go and update the profile manager and stuff and actually make this happen, right? But anyway, so this is like, I highly recommend using discussion mode because especially as your project gets bigger, you want to have that control where, when you're implementing a new feature, you can actually audit the plan that this thing's going to go and do and make sure it's exactly how you want it. If you're trying to debug some error, this will allow you to give it more feedback and say, this is like what's happening. I'm trying to do this thing. And it'll actually tell you, hey, well, what if you go and do blah, 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 right? So anyways, they look at it like having like a collaborative developer sitting next to you that you get to work with to actually go and, implement functionality and debug. Other really cool thing about discussion mode, it uses way less tokens than the agent. So it's on the order of 90% fewer tokens than the agent. So for every discussion message, that's the equivalent. You can send 10 discussion messages for the same number of one message to the agent, right? So if I go ahead and go in here and I go to profiles, I should be able to go to edit, and I imagine it probably did this under the hood. But anyway, so that's the idea of discussion mode. So curious if anyone has any questions on this. But anyways, great way to save tokens. Great, and it's far more effective for debugging and just for building. So highly recommend you take a look at it. Seems like a good number of people are. It seems like there's some folks that are using this. Just kind of looking at the chat. One question. It searches the internet too. Yes, excellent point. So discussion mode will actually go and search the internet. So if you're asking it questions, it can go and look up API documentation. It can go and look up different error codes, etc. And we do this automatically in the regular agent as well. But when you're in discussion mode, it allows you to really go deep because you can kind of prompt it to like go and look for different things that you could go and use or different errors or whatever have you. Just gives you more control over the actual agent, right? That all said, we're at the 40-minute mark, and I think it's time to move on to the second builder we've got here today. So we can go ahead and pull off my screen. And I am super excited to bring to the stage Zhang. We can get her on here. Zhang, how you doing?
Hi. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone. So
Heck
excited
yeah.
to be here. Yes.
Where are you
So-
punching in from?
I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, KL.
Amazing. What time is it over there?
It's 6:41 a.m.
AM. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for making the time to get up and be here. This is awesome.
No problem. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've really enjoyed following your work in the hackathon so far, and I don't want to be the one to do the pitch for it, but yeah, tell us. I'm also curious, like, who you are. So like, what's the story of your life? What's your background? How'd you find out about the hackathon, and what are you building?
Oh, yes. So I cannot code at all as a non-tech person. I have 4 children, so I'm a full-time content creator on X. I'm posting about AI, art, and AI video. And then I saw Bot Hackathon because I'm following KP. So he's a big build in public guy. So it's previously I also built a few projects with no code. And I actually didn't think that I can pull up a project with bot, because to me all this vibe coding thing is kind of like for the people who are technical, because I just couldn't figure out the code and anything. So I think on 9th of June, I think the hackathon was first week already. So I just, okay, since I already signed up the builder pack, and then I just said, let me just try, type whatever was in my mind. And I was really shocked, like, because my website just come to life with just one prompt in bot that comes with chatbot. So what am I building? The project is called newmom.help. So basically, it's a website with lots of curated resources for first-time mom. Why I'm creating this is because mostly people will just go search the internet, and as you know, even though when they search on the Pinterest, it will end up with a lot of outdated blog. Like even right now, if you search, you can still see some blog like maybe 2019 or 2018, and you know that as for blog, they will have a lot of like not really like useful kind of information in it. So right now, I created this, and then I just think that, hey, why not just I just out of nothing, I just think that, okay, why not just write a chatbot that can help mom? Like this is not doctor, but it's like to help to support. And I didn't expect that the chatbot actually live in my website. So I started to share it on X. I posted on X and posted on Discord as well. So actually, I got a lot of DM and asking me, "Hey, how do you get chatbot? It's like, are you writing Python script or anything?" I said, "No, I can't read any code at all. It just what? It just miraculously it just happened." So from that onwards, and then I started to work on the resources and also started to work on the chatbot. So like what you shared just now, discussion mode is what I use the most because I couldn't understand. And then I asked bot to explain to me that what is this? How does it work? And I explained how I want it to work. And also because like just yesterday, I started to, because there are a lot of people like telling me, hey, you should start to create a sign up list and all that. So usually I create sign up lists just with no code tool like Tally, all this, which is very easy. But I understand that bot can connect to Supabase, which I do not know how does it work. So I used discussion mode and asked, can you please tell me how this
That's
Supabase
cool.
work with. So it's really kind, like you say, search the internet and explain to me, and then it teach me how to set up Supabase. So step by step, I screenshot. I say, are you talking about this? I can't find it. So it explained to me, yes, you're on the right page, or yes, you're not on the right page. It had to explain to me, you're in IDE, you're not in IDE. It's so funny that I understand all this technical term. It's not like I'm a pro, but actually I understand, okay, how does it work, the basic. And then eventually bot said something magical. Do you want me to connect for you? I was like, oh wow, can you do that? He said, yes, you just click the right button on the top integration Supabase. So I just click it, connect, and it just collect, and it just created the wait list for me. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even like create the thing in Supabase. So I was like, what? And then I was making, and then I just checked the database, and then the project, the tables actually exist. I shouted, "What?" And so I can't believe, seriously, I can't believe it. And then, so I would say that, wow, I'm really grateful that I joined, even though I couldn't code. I'm just, as you know, when I started, just for fun, and then just test whether it is working. Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about this, and I'm really thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for building Bot. I think Bot is an AI tool that everybody should try, because everybody has an idea in their brain that it never come to life, because first is because we are not the technical person, and to hire a dev is definitely very, very expensive. But with bot, we can actually bring any idea that come to life. So I'm really, really grateful for this, and I'm really hopeful, hopefully that I'll continue. Definitely I'll continue, then I hopefully will get more users to try this.
Absolutely. I mean, I love your story. This was like our greatest hope, right? Of like throwing this hackathon was to reach, get the message out to folks like you, that have never built software before. That like, hey, you can do this. Like this is the bar has been meaningfully lowered, and you can be empowered to actually go and take your ideas and put them into reality. And I love the idea of the app that you're making too. Like, as I've got a 1-year-old, and it's something that I think my wife would have certainly loved, and probably would still now. And I just inspiring. And thanks for walking through the whole experience too, of like all the different phases of building it, because it's amazing to hear it from your perspective. Because like I'm like a developer. Like I learned how to code when I was like 13 with my co-founder, and he and I've been building stuff ever since. And
Yes.
I do remember how painful it was. Like when we were first learning how to code, it was I never really wanted to code. It was like I just wanted to build things. And so it's so cool to hear. It's so cool to hear that you were actually able to build something amazing, and without having to like learn how to code. But it's also cool to hear you have learned how these different things connect to each other, etc. And so without further ado, you want to show a demo of what you've made, because it sounds pretty amazing.
Of course, let me share my screen.
Perfect. You should totally upload stuff to the docu-series, by the way.
Okay, thank you. So this is my app. It's called newmom.help, the website. So this is how it works. So it's actually it's a support app to help the new mom. So you can see here, you can either chat or you can explore the resources. And then I put up the daily tips for new mom, to cheer the new mom up, motivate, send positive vibe to them. And we have like the most important thing, I think, for a mother, the most important thing, number one, is self-care. You got to take care of yourself, then only you can take care of your babies and other people around you. And this is where the chatbot, so you can just, I have some prompt here, and then usually you can just, very, very usual thing is, I'm so tired, and then the chatbot will answer, how's it? And then I can just say that, oh, my baby won't stop crying. These are, then it will actually suggest, 5S, swaddle, side stomach, all this. These are not doctor or any professional advisors or any medical advisors. I will put a disclaimer here that this is not a doctor or anything. If something, like life-threatening or something important, they need to seek help. Like, this is support and giving positive vibe to new mom. And I created this wait list. This is the one that I say that I connect it with the Superbase by just prompting and tell bot, hey, can you connect it for me? So it actually created this beautiful container and connect with the Superbase for me. And yes, so just want to tell all the moms there, you guys are amazing. And then there's a feedback form, because I believe that everyone, because I receive a lot of feedback from X, from Discord, even on Reddit. So yeah, so I just want to collect all the feedback in the same place. And then this is my founder story. Why do I think it's important to create this app? And I believe that this app can help a lot of mother out there. So that's it. It's very easy, and this app is actually okay. And also, this is the resources. If you click the resources, we have the resources.
Wow.
Actually, I also actually this all this is actually built by bot as well. I say that pull up the resources that is starting from 2024 up to today. So although some of the images are repeated, so I'll fix it later. So actually, all these are built with bot. And all those links are actually working. You can see because some of it, yeah. So you can see that all those links are actually real blogs and real resources. So I
Wow.
would say that yes, this is more than what I expected when I started it. So I really, really, I would say that mind blowing. I can't believe that I built this thing with bot. So the next step, like some folks are asking me about the monetization. So I will say that for this, there are two options. I would say that either I would love to keep this for free, seriously, like to support all the moms out there. So for free, I would say that some sponsors definitely would be great, or this can be a good gifting option. Of course, it's not selling for a lifetime deal options. It would be like just 1 year. Like I believe that new mom will need support like for the first year is more than enough for them. So
Yeah.
that is what I'm planning for. Yeah. So that's what I'm planning for.
I know. I love it. I mean, wow, you did an amazing job designing the site, laying it out, all the content. I mean, e- everything you added in there. And there's an idea too that someone just added in the chat. Adding a forum for other moms. That'd be amazing, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. Thank you so much for your tips.
I think something's going on with your audio. I think. I think it's maybe a
Can you
little
hear me
better.
right now? Okay, is it better now?
We're getting some. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting some feedback from it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Okay, so I want to get some validation.
Maybe try unplugging your headphones and plugging them back in real quick. See if that does it. And I'll mute this thing while you do it. This is my mind is blown. I mean, what an incredible app. I love it. I love it.
Yes, you hear me now?
It's just still some static coming through, unfortunately. Oh, bummer.
I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, you're okay. I mean, we got through the important stuff.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope you can hear it.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I think there's still like static coming through your line, unfortunately. But I just want to say like the app you made is incredible. I mean, well done. It's really it's inspiring to see what you built, and also it's like it's very laudable. I mean, it's like being a new mom is extremely I mean, not that I have personal experience, but I supported my wife during the first months of our daughter, and I guess since but the first months are really difficult. They're extremely difficult, and there's it's I respect that you want to spread the knowledge of and resources to help folks. And it kind of reminds me, there's a course called Taking Care of Babies. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but it's one of the most popular ones. And I bought the lifetime subscription to that. But and for those that are thinking about having kids or maybe going to have a kid soon or whatever, highly recommend. Her name's Kara, and so it's like her course is called Taking Care of Babies. Um, it will teach you how to soothe a baby that is screaming and crying, which is a good skill and knowledge set to have when it's 3 a.m. Your baby is screaming and crying and doesn't want to go to sleep. I don't know how people did this before that course was around, like when we talked to my parents, they were like, I don't know, like, I don't know if we did it. Like, and, but, and same thing goes for everything that you're doing too. It's just, I think, it's surprising how little information is out there on this stuff. And so anyways, I love what you're building, and it's really inspiring. And I think everyone in the chat, I think, agrees. So anyways, yeah, just want to say that. And let's see if your mic is unstatic.
Is it on now?
It's still static. But at least let's
What happened?
You're totally good, but at least I want you I at least want you to say some final words and goodbye and stuff. But yeah, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing this, because like this, what a yeah, mind blown, and it's really inspiring, and I appreciate the kind words that you said about us and our team and what we're up to too. You know, it's just, this is a lot of fun. Means a lot. Heck yeah. Okay, thank you for coming on, Zhang. Really appreciate it. And maybe we can get Zhang's info on the screen here, where we can find her, and the domain. So I'm going to pull it up. So that is Zhang's X handle, and I believe the website is newmom.help. I want to say. So if I'm going to go ahead and post that in chat. I'm going to pull that up. But show some love. So show some love. Newmom.help. Excellent domain, by the way. And maybe you could get mom.new. It's an expensive domain. Every .new domain is $500 a year. So like I actually wouldn't recommend it. But that'd be kind of funny. So anyways, all right. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I cannot wait to see what you build up more. And I think there's another one for the docu-series. So you should, Zhang, please definitely record and upload to the docu-series. We'd love to have you in it. And that goes for everyone else that is building here too. Would love to have you, your stuff featured in the docu-series. Zhang, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you, and keep up the great work. Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Awesome. And my mind is blown. Like that is it's super, it's really cool. I guess I'd like on a personally like kind of touching note is like when KP originally pitched the idea on X of this hackathon. I mean, this was exactly like it's like a prophecy. Like KP was like, Bolt should throw the world's largest hackathon, have like 100,000 people come all and build at the same time. Check. Like we're just about there, knock on wood. And because this is the first time in history that anyone can build software. And most people don't know that. Most people don't know how powerful and how capable they are now to take their ideas and put them into reality. And Zhang is the exact archetype of that. And I think all of you tuning in, I imagine whether you're technical or not, it's amazing to get to actually chat with you live here, and get to see what you're building. And we love hearing your feedback too, by the way. I think if you ever run into problems or have ideas for us, head over to our Discord or on X. Like we're always around. We love to hear it, but we're building this thing for you. We really want to see everyone be really successful, not just during the hackathon, but beyond it, and creating a place where you can build your ideas, get feedback on them, actually you learn also how to launch them, all the way end to end. So really cool. And like I said, we're going to be doing multiple more of these, throughout the next couple of weeks. So if you're building something cool, please post on X, tag me. I'd love to see it, and like we'll try and get as many folks as we can on these things. But yeah, this has been a blast. And I think with that, maybe we can go to the final bits of today, just talking about what's coming up next here. I think there's some big things happening this coming week. We've got, I believe, a revenue cat, the folks that Sergey was talking about for monetizing in his app. They're going to be doing a live stream with us. We're also going to be doing a live stream with Paddle on AI pricing models, right? Because they're also another a vendor for payment providers, part of the hackathon. We're going to be doing some stuff on Web3. If anyone's interested in building for Web3, the Algorand folks have like a crazy generous part in the builder pack. I think it's like $500 or something for their stuff. So those are all live streams that are coming up this week. So definitely go and check those out. If you go to hackathon.dev, by the way, all this stuff is listed underneath the live events and whatever have you. And the other kind of fun things, tomorrow we've got a special little drop, special little announcement. I'm going to like spoil it a little bit, but Reddit is one of the co-sponsors, right, of this hackathon, and the prize that they are setting aside is one of my favorites. It's called the Silly Shit Prize. And, when their team chatted with ours, and and then they like pitched the idea of that, I was like, I love that. That is amazing. Zero stakes. And by the way, you can submit multiple apps to the hackathon. Like, you don't have to have just one thing. And so there's a whole bunch of different prizes that you can go after that are like specific. The Silly Shit Prize is one of them. We also have like some one-shot prizes, like what's the most beautiful thing you can make one shot or whatever. But like basically it's very low lift, just have some fun, spend like 10, 15 minutes building something one shot that's beautiful, building something that's silly, like some silly shit, right? And so I think that one's just super fun. I'm excited to go, and I can't participate in the hackathon. Obviously, like it would be a conflict of interest. We have to have our checks and balances. So CEO Bolt can't actually submit anything, but I am going to make some silly shit because it's a lot of fun. Why not? So that's I wanted to mention we got some cool prizes that you can go after. All of them are listed on the hackathon.dev website, by the way. So you can go and see what all the different special prizes are. And I recommend doing that because like there's some that are just a lot of them are just like fun and easy. Like there's like the custom domain challenge from Entry. Just go in and get a fun, cool domain, and it's free. Like they're giving out free domains to anyone with the Bolt Builder Pack, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, highly recommend you go and take a look at those over at hackathon.dev. And it's not too late to register. So I've seen a lot of folks that are like, oh, I thought I missed the cutoff. No, not at all. Like you can sign up the last day of the hackathon, make some silly shit and submit it. and you'll have submitted. Like you can sign up at any time over the next couple of weeks here until June 30th when the hackathon ends. And so you can sign up at hackathon.dev. The builder packs are still being sent out. We just refreshed all of the coupons in them and all the free things you get with them. We were like, hey, it'd be great if we got to 100,000 people. So we originally only made 100,000 free Bolt Pros. Now that we're here, we're like, okay, well let's go make the next 100,000 then. I guess who knows how big is this going to get in the next 2 weeks? We'll see. So not too late by any stretch. You can head over to hackathon.dev, sign up, see what prizes are there. You'll get your builder pack in your email with thousands of dollars in free credits to Bolt and all these other great folks that are sponsoring this thing. And so I'm excited to see what you all are building. Please post on X. I love seeing these things. The first thing when I wake up in the morning, the past weeks, I've just been going and searching like, okay, what are people making in the hackathon? And I love it. So, and if you're making something cool, please tag me, tag us. We want to get some more folks on these in the coming weeks. So I think with that, thank you all for tuning in. This is the first episode of the Hackathon News Network. I am your host, Eric Simons, the CEO of Bolt. I hope you had fun tuning in today. I had fun chatting with all of you, and especially Serge and Zhang, who have made some amazing things. And I can't wait to see what you all are making. So with that, have an awesome weekend, build some amazing stuff, and we will see you here next week for episode 2 of the Hackathon News Network at the world's largest hackathon, brought to you by Bolt.new and a whole bunch of other cool people. So thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.